When it comes to inventions, not all are made in a lab by a guy with wild hair and a white coat. The truth is, mankind has been inventing things from the very first sharp-edged tools created 2.6 million years ago. Ever since then, humans have been creatively finding ways to modify elements in nature and reapply existing ideas to create solutions to our everyday problems. Some ideas have been spectacular and revolutionary, while others are just plain strange, but at the same time, kind of genius. Here are 10 weird inventions you need to see to believe. Before we get to our list, we're currently working on an invention of our own where users can automatically subscribe using their eyeballs. In the meantime, you can use your finger to manually click the subscribe button and show the hub some love. The ECOLOGY vacuum shoe. To put it plainly, these Elvis meets Frankenstein platform shoes suck. Literally. They're vacuum shoes made by Japanese auto company DENIZ. ECOLOGY shoes, as they're called, have a tiny built-in vacuum with a pedal at the heel, so every time you take a step, it powers the vacuum motor, sucking up small pieces of dirt and debris in its path. All the dirt collects in a small removable container in the sole of the shoe, no bigger than a Tic Tac box. The vacuum shoe made its debut at CES 2017 as part of an annual company-wide contest. And while it's still only a concept, this could just be the product that the chic clean freak has been waiting for. HUSHME voice mask. If you've ever dealt with a frustrating coworker that blabs on the phone loudly for all to hear, instead of telling them where to go, politely leave the HUSHME on their desk. This creepy-looking voice mask for mobile phones muffles the user's voice, allowing them to talk without disturbing those around them. What's kind of cool though is it also has a built-in voice changer that plays a variety of voices through the external speakers, including popular Star Wars characters. I know what you're thinking, that kind of defeats the purpose. But I think we can all agree that hearing Darth Vader talk about fiscal policies is a compromise we can live with. Ostrich pillow. You can never underestimate the power of a good nap or the sleep-deprived people willing to do anything to squeeze in some extra Z's. Enter Studio Banana Things, the creative minds behind the ostrich pillow. They've proved that napping isn't just for babies. Adults alike equally deserve a comfy cradle to rest their heads on, no matter where they are. That's where the ostrich pillow comes in handy. This revolutionary power napping device envelops your head in soft, supportive cushioning with breathing holes for your mouth and nose, and even a spot for your hands to rest. It's perfect for catching some shut-eye on a long bus ride, at the library, or at your desk at work, as long as you don't mind looking like a giant insect. And if your boss catches you snoozing on the job, just say it's your thinking cap. After all, many of the greatest minds use naps to boost and restore their brain power. TECHNO privacy scarf. If you've ever been in public trying to have a private IM conversation on your mobile device, or enjoying a movie of the adult variety, you may want to consider getting the TECHNO privacy scarf to shield wandering eyes from peeking over your shoulder. The scarf wraps around your head with a tunnel-like design that protrudes from your eyes to the device. It was created by a grad student who obviously had a lot more to hide than just his Facebook password or the odd racy text. Whatever the reason that prompted this bizarre idea, we can't imagine it being the least bit comfortable, not to mention how ridiculous you'll look to passerby. But if watching skin flicks on the go is more important than having friends or, breathing, the TECHNO scarf is for you. Pen cap eating utensils. For those who are addicted to chewing on their pen caps, why not slap a piece of chicken on the end of the pen instead and get some sustenance instead of a mouthful of plastic? With these Dine Ink pen cap eating utensils from Fred & Friends, you can turn office writing instruments into your own makeshift cutlery. They're food safe, reusable, and tough enough to handle last night's leftovers. Whether you often work through lunch or constantly forget your fork, these pen caps allow you to fill out paperwork while filling your belly at the same time. The set comes with 3 pens with original caps, plus fork, spoon, and knife utensil caps. Chewing on your pen never tasted so good. Grass flip-flops. Turns out the foot bone is connected to a lot more than just the leg bone. The pressure points on our feet are linked to every part of our body, and according to reflexologists, walking barefoot on the grass helps stimulate our organs and keep the body healthy. Grass flip-flops are intended to recreate the feeling of walking on grass barefoot, no matter where you go. You can find grass flip-flops in a variety of different styles and with different artificial grass feelings to choose from. Could these turf thongs be the secret weapon to battling ailments and boosting your overall well-being? If nothing else, you get that pleasant grass between your toes feeling without worrying about grass stains or stepping in dog doo-doo. High five machine. Is there anything more embarrassing than going in for a high five only to be left hanging? Well, high-fiving a robotic arm because no one will slap you some skin probably is. The apparatus for simulating a high five was originally patented by inventor Albert Cohen, and it consisted of a pivoting arm that moved straight up top for the traditional high five and bended at the elbow for a 5 down low. Down low, too slow apparently for artist DENIZ OZUYGUR, who was inspired to create her own self-high five machine after being involved in some 5-finger fails of her own. The motor brings 2 rubber arm casts together after a long 30-second windup. But if you need to use a robotic arm to get high fives in the first place, you probably have a lot of time on your hands. Foot-powered hair dryer. For those times when you're in a rush in the morning or simply trying to cut down on your electricity bill, this Japanese foot-powered hair dryer could come in handy. The odd-looking contraption is essentially a shower cap with 2 long hose attachments connected to a pair of paddle-type shoes that power the device and dry your hair as you walk. Assuming you're fast enough to dry your hair in time, there's still the issue of brushing and styling your locks afterwards. Hair scrunched inside a tight cap under the pressure of high heat is bound to turn your strands into a frizzy, tangled mess. But I guess if you're willing to walk around town with 2 giant hoses sticking out of your head, you're not too concerned about appearances. Liberation wrapper. Trying to look pretty while locking your jaws around a big, juicy burger isn't an easy thing to do. But it's even harder for women in Japan, where small and modest mouths, or OCHOBO, are considered attractive, and heaping mouthfuls of burger patty, not so much. A Japanese hamburger chain has seemingly solved the problem with the Liberation wrapper. It's a burger wrapper that doubles as a face mask designed to help women specifically eat burgers more politely. A picture of the female's closed mouth is on the front of the wrapper, which disguises a woman's face, allowing her to freely pig out on her food without judgment. As odd and sexist as this invention sounds, just 1 month after its implementation, sales made by women of the chain's biggest burger were up 213%. MOTORMOUTH Robot KTR2. While this may look like something you'd find in an adult store, this artificial voice system is actually a revolutionary new technology designed to assist people with hearing and speech impairment. Designed by Professor HIDEYUKI Sawada at Kagawa University in Japan, the MOTORMOUTH Robot KTR2 is a mechanical replica of a mouth and voice box that produces natural vowel sounds. Air is forced through the vocal cords and into a passageway, while the lips and mouth move to help closely replicate actual human speech. Although it sounds more auto-tuned than in-tune, this talking and singing robot is able to learn from its mistakes over time and adjust its pitch and tone to sound more human-like. Move over, Big Mouth Billy Bass. There's a new set of singing fish lips in town. Would you use any of these quirky inventions? Tell us about it in the comments. And if you want to impress your friends by being the master of obscure and interesting world knowledge, be a part of the Hub and subscribe to our channel.